Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you will love this vibe. And everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This will be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read, it's not a personal read. Remember that tarot is a tool, it's not the final rule. And it's a good idea to have an empty cup when you are on Lady Noble's channel and you really want to see what's on. Today I have the divination board out today, and before we do the divination, we're going to tap into the tarot afterwards. Okay, we're going to do two deep breaths. We're going to do a one question or one answer. Okay, and so first, before we do that, we're going to have two deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and hold for 3 seconds. Okay, let's breathe in, release, breathe in, release. Now I want you to think of the question you would like to ask the divination board. I'll give you a few moments for that. And now we'll begin the pendulum. Okay, collective, the consistency that I have is January, August, Leo, Aquarius, Monday, and Thursday. The consistency that I have is January, August, Leo, Aquarius, Thursday, and Monday. So take that into account according to the question that you asked. Okay? Let's tap into the tarot. One second, ladies and gentlemen. The first card I have here is apathy. I have the Four of Cups. There could be someone who is, could have Cancer placement in their chart, but very unsatisfied regarding something they are being offered. Okay, there could be a situation where you are feeling, if this is not your energy, this is someone around you, that something is imbalanced or not fair. Okay. So you can be very concerned with the Six of Pentacles here, receiving equal give and take, reciprocity regarding the situation, feeling like things aren't fair, things are not being balanced or equal. This could be something that you voiced your opinion about. This could be at work. This could be in a family setting. This could be in a home front. This could also be something regarding your children. Maybe you have young adults or teenagers who are maybe having disagreements with each other, or maybe accusing you as a guardian or parental figure of not being fair. Okay. This could also be maybe a teenager or young adult asking for more leisure, more free time. Maybe they have a curfew. Maybe they want you to expand, their curfew time. They want to come in a little later. They want to do things a little greater. Okay. Okay. And I hear someone saying the rules are the rules. Okay. When you get your own. Okay. But there's some kind of energy of someone feeling that they are being treated unfairly, and they are voicing their opinion, okay, and standing their ground, being very vocal about this unfair treatment. This person could be, being very isolated, nonchalant, silent. They are very determined for you to see things their way. And if this is at work, you could be maybe showing up to work being very quiet, doing what you have to do, working, punching in, punching out. No lighthearted conversations, no joking, no kiki, no hee hee. And your coworkers could be accustomed to you maybe cracking a joke. You could have a fun personality. They're used to you making everybody laugh, being upbeat, and things are silent. You're like, no, mm-mm. You're like, nope. And until you get it right, until you do right by me, nothing good will come to you. Yes. So you are speaking up for yourself, expressing how you feel. This is not your energy. This is someone that you know. They're being very silent and quiet, like not speaking. If this is in a family group, maybe this is a sibling or relative, they're like, you probably, not showing up to the family gatherings. They're not communicating with no one. They're like, no, 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 until things change. Okay. This person could have Libra placement in their chart somewhere. Libras represent justice, and also Libra is the ruler of relationships. Okay, well, Libras, they bring justice and fairness, for all parties involved. Okay, and so, at this time, they're demanding justice. Okay, they can have Libra placement somewhere in their chart. Libra's out here twice. Okay. hmm So I don't see you quitting or resigning from this job, but I see you moving different and changing your tune. Changing how you interact with people. You're like, look, y'all want to be shady. You want to breadcrumb me. You want to ignore my demands. Well, cool. Two can play at it. Okay, and you mean this as you're not playing. This could be a couple. This could be a relationship. This could be you and your spouse. Maybe you're feeling like your spouse isn't being attentive to your needs, or not being, not listening to you, or being as nurturing and caring as they're supposed to be. Maybe you feel your partner, your spouse is breadcrumbing you. Ooh, not in the bedroom. Come on now. Gee, woof. The messages here be, ugh, not in the bedroom. And so I see you standing your ground until you get your justice, until you see change, until you feel like you are being heard and you are being respected. But I don't see you leaving the job. I just see you changing how you deal with people, how you interact. This could be a job whom, maybe when they're short staffed, maybe you were the one who were likely to come in, and help out when they're short, when there's call-ins, and you may be that one who they dial, and you like, you know what, I'm not available no more. I'll show them. And so you're very focused, you're very focused on your work, you're focused on what's important, but I don't see you're not giving anything extra. They're not getting nothing extra from you. And I pick up that you are that coworker or that family member or that spouse that does extra. You don't just fix dinner, maybe you put garnish on the plate. You don't just fix dinner, you make sure there's dessert every day or there's lemonade afterward. You're the type to do extra, to go the extra mile, to show your love language or show that you care about others, whether this is a love relationship, a friendship, or a spouse. You're that one to express and show that you care for others, and you are desiring the same thing in return. But I'm picking up that you're also learning the lesson of not to overexert yourself, not to overgive. So you could be learning the lesson to not overgive, to not overassert yourself. If you are off work and they're short staffed, you're learning, look, it's okay to say, no, I can't do it, get somebody else to do it. Better yet, it's okay not to even answer the phone. And so you're pouring into yourself more. You're focusing on you more. You're not allowing people to treat you like a doormat. You're not allowing people to just run you through the mud or run you thin. But then when you ask for favors or you need to be heard or considered, there's no compassion or consideration. So I see you standing your ground. And if you are going to seek employment, what I'm about to say, you probably already know. I'm not picking up on you quitting. Spirit is saying make sure you have something else lined up first and leave this job in the proper manner. If you feel it gets to this point, because I'm not picking that up if that's what you want to do, but I'm being told to say that for some reason. That's for someone. There could be people gathering, speaking, at work, and you could hear them chattering, but you're ignoring them because you know that they want to hear how you feel, and so you're staying silent. You recognize that your silence is your power and also your protection, and that's very wise of you because you're there to work. Punch in, punch out, fill your job description, and move on. Okay. But you're very wise. You're very spiritually in tune and inclined, and by you, going silent is the wisest thing that you can do. You could be receiving, downloads from your spirit guides. Not to walk off the job, but to just go silent. Okay, not to respond, not to let them know where your head is at until they listen to you. Okay, I guess by saying this ain't checkers, this is chess. So maybe you're on a job where they're having you do more than your job description. Maybe they hired you for one thing, but they're asking you to do the job description of maybe two or three other people. And maybe each day you come in, it's different and it's frustrating you. And maybe I'm picking up on someone like, hey, well, since I'm doing all these jobs, where's the raise? Where's the increase in my pay? I was hired, just to be the secretary, but you got me, I'm doing data entry, I'm filing papers, I'm doing some of everything. What's going on? You don't want to be taken advantage of. There could also be some kind of policy on this job, doesn't matter what kind of work you do, where they are supposed to pay you more if you do beyond your job description. This job could be a job that is unionized. You could have a union to support this employment. And so there could be something, a written, agreement in your union contract, uh, supporting that they are not, or they cannot force you to go outside of your job description without offering you more pay or offering you the position in full with benefits. That's for someone. I know some jobs are unionized and some aren't, but that's for someone. I see someone going to a union rep. I see someone actually looking into this and like calling for a meeting and filing a complaint. Good for you. And so there could be co-workers, people on the job, mad because you are standing your ground, but it's none of their business. Okay, it's none of their business. You better file your paper. You better stand your ground. That's what union dues are for. You pay for the union so you can utilize them. Duh. Okay. So you're very confident. We have the Empress energy here. You know who you are. You're not going to allow these people to walk over you. We have the Empress out here, the High Priestess. We have Justice out here. You know who you are. You're standing in authority of who you are. With these cards out here, the High Priestess, the Justice card, and the Empress. These are very positive high cards. You're very confident, and you're nobody's fool or dummy. You could even possibly take this. They better give you what you want. I even see somebody possibly taking their job through litigation. They could be sued for this. because it's against the policy, it's against the contract, the union contract, and you have evidence and proof of this. So they're either going to promote you or give you the pay. And I hear somebody saying, or I'll see them in court. You better go now. And you are not backing down, and you should not. You're allowing the law to work for you. You're allowing the policy to work for you. So that's the reason. Very smart. That's the reason why you have chosen to go silent and not gossip about how you feel and how you're being treated. Maybe you were expressive at first, but I'm picking up on someone who went silent instantly, and maybe, yeah, and at work now, the talk and the gossip is, I don't know what's going on with the collective. That she coming, they coming into work, but they quiet. You're not saying nothing to nobody. I saw them in the break room eating by themselves. People want to know what's on your mind and what you're thinking. But Spirit is saying for you to just swipe in, swipe up. So, swipe in, do your job, and go home. Do not have any discussion about what's going on, just in case you do plan on taking this to court. Do not discuss any of this with your coworkers. That is your job. Every man is for himself on every job. Doesn't matter where you work. You may think these people are your friends. They are not. At the end of the day, they're going to save their own behind. So make sure you protect yourself and the situation that you have going on. So give them nothing. They have nothing to work with. High and by is all they need. If they want to have discussion, it must be about the work that's being done in front of you, or nothing at all should be said. So that was very wise of you, because I'm picking up on someone who's saying, if they don't give me what they're supposed to, I'm going to sue them. So either way, so. But we're closing out with the Four of Wands, so it looks like you will be celebrating. Whether you end up taking these people through litigation, or whether they end up giving you the raise or the position that they are forcing you to do at this time. That is not part of your job description, nor are you getting paid for it. And it's also adding more stress and pressure to your work days. And so all of those things you will be accommodated for in one way or another. They're either going to give you what you're asking for, or you're going to take it to a higher authority. But we're closing out with the Four of Wands, and it's representing you celebrating the Four of Wands, having a celebration of positivity and success. Okay, so you will have a positive outcome. Continue to stand your ground. You have a right to do so. Never mind what everyone else is talking about. They just want to know what your next moves are. Do not share your plans. Don't even share how you feel with no one. If it's not your union rep and you're not in a meeting having a discussion about what's taking place, do not discuss what's going on with none of your coworkers. Okay? But this looks like you will get your fair due. You will get your justice. Okay, so be patient with the process, and you're doing the right thing by not quitting and walking off the job. And because there are some people who will go irate 0 to 100, but you're allowing your benefits to work for you. That's what you pay union dues for. You're allowing the law to work for you, and you're doing it the right way. But you will have a positive outcome. So hang in there. This concludes read. I hope it assists you for your highest good. Later.